Today on Talk About Your Community, play isn't the opposite of community work. What if it's maybe the secret ingredient? Lisa, let's roll the opening. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you may happen to be. You've tuned into Clocktower Advisors, Talk About Your Community, the place where we come together and meet all sorts of people who are community builders, get their ideas, get inspired, get reinvigorated for the world of the world. You know, let's just have some fun and play today. My guests today have been on the show before, and we've had a really rollicking good time the last time around, and it's not going to be any different this time. I'm going to let them introduce themselves here when I bring them on screen in a second. But the topic today is really around the unique emotional load that we carry as builders of community, as business professionals and leaders. We're the connective tissue for a lot of efforts that we put into our business endeavors and the communities that we build. And when we burn out, our communities feel it, our organizations feel it. And maybe part of that is that we, as adults, don't play enough, that we don't bring play into our lives in meaningful ways. And maybe today's stream, in some small way, can help to alleviate that pressure. If you haven't been on the show before, we bring a variety of guests on week to week. And we stream live on YouTube as well as LinkedIn. And we're going to get right into the show here. But if you haven't subscribed, before or commented, you're very welcome here. We love live comments during the show, so please bring in your ideas and thoughts. And looking forward to hearing from everybody here today. I'm going to go ahead and just bring on the stage here in no particular order: Tsai, Mimp, and Yuen. We're back together again. I feel like the band is back together again. It's been about a year. We've had a lot going on. Mimp, I know you've been out, with some personal, health stuff. I'm so glad to see you again. You seem like you're back in the saddle and riding down the plane. Yuen, I know we had some wonderful email conversations about the nature of play and sliding, which we're going to get into today. Sliding, as well as Tsai, I know we didn't get a chance to promote you in the description. You kind of joined us a little bit late, but I'm so glad you're able to join us again because you are such an integral part of the team. Like the drummer, you're laying down the beat and you're helping us to come up with cool ideas. So thank you, and welcome. Why don't I just turn it over to each of you in turn, just maybe say a few words about what you do as like a day job, or if you figured it out, or if you're figuring it out. Would love to hear from you about that, and then popcorn it over to the next person to your right, whoever that happens to be. Yuen, I'm going to start with you if that's okay.
So the lines under my name, she is reflecting and disrupting. That's my day job. Wouldn't that be fun, right? Okay. I train people. I love to train people, pass on lessons or insights in the field of creativity. Design thinking is a really, really great framework to work with. And I love to see individuals. I love to see individual growth. And when people disrupt their own thinking, whoa, my job is done. Okay, there we go, Mimp.
Such a strong introduction. Hi, thank you, Todd, for bringing us back. I'm so happy to be here. I haven't been on a live stream, I think, since your live stream, Todd, last year sometime. I think it was the end of year. Yes, cheers. Yeah, so I'm a little bit nervous. So please be super nice and super kind. But yes, my job is not necessarily just my description either. I am constantly diverging and pivoting at the moment. My job is a creative designer. I'm also a community builder and gatherer, manager, whatever word you prefer. I'm a facilitator, and I'm also at the moment a linguist in making. We just started a master's in linguistics last year, and it's been really fun. And that's why I'm diverging and pivoting a lot, because I'm learning so much, and I'm slowly seeing how we can merge the two disciplines and how community also works in both very, very much, especially in research. And Saeed.
I'm technically not to your right, but okay. So I was just trying to figure out.
Sort of off center and right. You know.
Yeah, there's no one left, so it has to be me. Hello, everyone. My name is Said. I am joining in from Germany today, and when people ask, "What do you do for a living?" Like, my favorite is my best. I'm doing my best. That describes it. Like, I think in the most honest way. But on paper, I am a facilitator, a coach, and a trainer, and since last year also a community builder. So I'm doing everything basically, and
Awesome.
yeah, and I know, of course, it's the third time here. Mimp and I, at least, we have ran some very playful, I would say, and game-ish workshops in the past, and the next one is coming. Spoiler alert! So always up for everything that's fun.
Well, hopefully we're going to bring some fun in today. I am I'm taking off all the constraints of seriousness from today's conversation. This is about getting creative. It's about re-energizing ourselves as builders of groups, of coalitions, of online spaces, of companies, like whatever your group construct is. Hopefully we can inject a sense of playfulness, which brings along with it, creativity, mental health, happiness, connection. Like there's a host of, I think, very well demonstrated benefits to play, and as adults we don't embrace that nearly enough, and I definitely want to get in that today. Before we jump into things, I wanted to just kind of do a couple of shout outs. Also joining us in the virtual ether today are some other friends: David Rayner, my colleague down the road in Milwaukee, Matt Mead, who I haven't seen in an age and a half. Matthew, man, it's been a while. We got to catch up. Great to see you here. I see an anonymous LinkedIn user. I'm not quite sure who that is. Maybe it's my friend Ilker Consul. Maybe it's somebody else. If it is, I unfortunately I can't see you from StreamYard. You're too far away, and my glasses aren't good enough apparently. Serena Snowd, love to see you from over in the UK. My dear friend from the Community Consultants Collective. Donna McDonald, I haven't seen you before. Wonderful. Welcome to the show. Daryl Lim as well. And Jeffrey Rowe, also from the Community Consultants Collective. And Dario Penlauga, great to see you. Cool. Hey, Matthew wants to talk about putting the F word back at work. Oh yes, the word is fun, of course. We're our minds. We're dream-minded people. Anyways, terrific to see you guys. I thought maybe it's just sort of a kickoff for us. I know as community professionals, we have, we design spaces where people convene and comply. And I know that the last time we talked about how people arrive in online meetings expecting a PowerPoint and that they're going to be passive. I kind of had a surprise yesterday. I joined a Zoom call for a group, like it was an artist group for like a platform that I was investigating. And I joined the platform. I'm like, hey, this is kind of a cool space. It's very creative. They're doing a lot of cool stuff. I joined the Zoom and I was never so bored in all my life. I couldn't even stick around for 10 minutes with it. And that default seems to be baked into all of our events and these online places that we get into. What does it look like when we decide to break that pattern? How do you break the pattern when you go into meetings? Like, I don't have an answer to this. Like sometimes I'll try to do, like, I turn on my emojis and I put on stuff, or I put up a funny sign. One of the guys from the CCC, Justin Prevet, he's got like masks, and sometimes he'll like put on like a gorilla mask or something in the room, which I think is pretty awesome and neat. I don't know that I have the guts to do that, but I really admire that. So anyways, open question, like how do you break the frame? How do we do this better?
Go, Mimp, go.
May I? Okay. Yes. I start usually with my background. Sometimes I have some of my friends who are online a lot with me would see I have a Simpsons background on. Sometimes that's like a 3D model made, as well as also this. This is, by the way, not AI. Somebody actually made this in Blender, and I got this from an artist from a website called Dribble, and I got his permission and everything. So I usually kind of use this to sort of spark some sort of mood of playfulness, as well as also, I guess it's also a time and place of when to be playful, but it also sparks conversation as well. Like every time I go into a room, somebody asks me, oh my gosh, is that like a Simpsons background, for example? Or for example, earlier, Saeed was asking, why do I have a snowman? Like, why? It's summer in this part of Europe right now. Why do we have a snowman? It's not winter. And, it does spark the conversation to keep it going. So I try to, instead of a boring, meeting background that looks like an office, I prefer something fun like this and colorful. Yeah.
Really cool. I love the back. I gave you spotlight because I wanted people to be able to see your background a little bit better. So it's really cool. Oh, I love it. It's like the shmoo in the background there or something. It's pretty neat. Cool. Yuen, what about you? What do you do to sort of break up how people expect to come into a space? Because before you say, like, as I even think about like applying this to the online spaces we design and create, like from a designer's standpoint, as a web designer, as somebody that architects communities, like building the spaces in a way that maybe defies expectations or maybe, shakes people out of the ordinary, is something I'm always trying to think about or strive to do. So what do you think?
Yeah. What do I think? I don't think. That's the thing. I don't think. And you already said it, Todd. You already said it. Having the guts. Having the guts. Your first words when you are introducing this. Having the guts. So where are your guts? Spill them out. And by doing that, everything that is beyond expectation, makes the audience pay attention. So for instance, 如果我依家係講中文嘅咧，我知道咧，你哋個個都係聽到我講嘢。Tsai too， 阿 Mimp 咧係明白我講乜嘢，加上咧 Daryl Lim stay awake. I know you're in Singapore. Don't you dare to fall asleep. That's it. That's how you do it. Yeah. So yeah, you connect with every single one. And Dario, your turn will come too. So you know what I mean? This is beyond expectation. Beyond expectation. Can you imagine if Saeed will introduce us in Arabic first? Wouldn't that be lovely? And it serves a different purpose as well. It connects to the others. So in that way, having guts is one thing. Acting out. And if you make it, and if you put it in the zone of, I connect with you with my intention and everything, it's okay. Then guts can be small and you still do it, or guts can be big and you also do it.
It's a muscle we build, right?
It is. It is. It is.
I love that. That's really great. You remind me of, you talked about connecting with the others. There's a podcast I recently discovered that Dennis Rushkoff does a piece called Team Human. That's one of his mantras, is finding the others. And we find others by maybe departing from the path or stepping out from under the streetlight that we happen to be under, and meeting somebody new, trying to do something wildly divergent and different. You inspire me as always. So,
thank you, Todd.
Yeah. Said, what about you? What's on your mind?
So first of all, if I would have to introduce you in Arabic, give me 3 to 7 years to learn the language first, because I don't speak Arabic, but okay. Next live stream I will practice beforehand, and then I will try at least.
Awesome.
So there is that. I think like in general, especially if you are like the facilitator, let's say the owner of a meeting, whatever you call yourself, like the trainer, the team lead, whatever. I think showing up like you actually want to be there makes a huge difference. And it's, yeah, I totally agree with what Mimp said before, but the bar is even lower. I mean, just if I just be there and want to be there, like genuinely, it makes a huge difference, and everything is in like contagious. That's where it starts. If I show up like I'm the star of a hostage video, then the rest, that sets the mood already for the whole meeting. So professionalism is something that can introduce fun and loosen things up, right? And having the right attitude. I don't join a meeting if I don't want to be there. I mean, I have the luxury of not needing to join anything where I don't want to be. I know if you're like in a corporate environment, yeah, you have to show up to certain things. And the same thing for when I facilitate or when I host something. I mean, I design everything the way I would like to join this. I know it's very narcissistic, but still, okay, this is something where I personally would like to join. Otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense if I create like an environment of, I wouldn't join this, but let's do it. No, that's the wrong approach probably. So it's say it first, and then the rest will emerge from that. And then, of course, there are other small elements we can explore together. But my point here is just that the bar is very low, right? So you have been in so many meetings, especially online. Everything looks the same. Everything is just a random PowerPoint where someone, I have to do this now for 16 minutes and bear with me. No, right? So yeah.
Something you said that maybe you have more options to not show up or not show up as expected. But I think that all of us have more choice than we maybe think we have, and that we can show up in a slightly different way. And I mean, there's sort of culture breaking play that would be outside the pale of what would be acceptable within an organization. But I think maybe you can walk up to the edge of that and disrupt. And I don't know, and yet that's maybe some of the stuff that you do when you're working with corporate organizations. Am I on the right track there?
Yeah. And so we are talking about play in this moment. We're talking about, but play specifically doesn't need the talking about. It needs the doing. It needs the doing. And once you start talking about it, even like introducing that you're going to do a playful activity, it's the rational mind. It's the logical mind that gets space, gets seconds. Seconds become minutes to think. And after the last time that we have been doing this show, of course, it made me think as well. What is the tiniest action or moment that you can reverse it or disrupt it? And it's small, it's not big. I mean, in a human interaction, usually it's small, like picking the other language that I speak. Choosing a word that was in our conversation. Tsai said narcissistic. Woo! Interesting. I want to invite him to explore more with us. You see? Change of voice. Yes. And suddenly it's different. So, Todd, I wish it was a great action plan and a great idea and, like moving the whole world at once. But I tend to think it goes one individual per one individual.
Yeah. I love it.
I would like to ask or just add just a random thought, that is like play and having fun, to make it a little bit broad. That's not an item on the agenda, right? So, okay, play and fun, 12 to 12:25, and then whatever from 12:30 until lunch. So, I mean, just to your point of, talking about it is maybe not, most certainly not the correct approach. And especially if you, I mean, maybe you don't even feel it, or you don't even, something is happening, right? And it's just happening, and then you just roll with it. You don't
You mentioned it
the
now.
rational part of your brain and say, okay, this is what we are doing right now. No, we are having fun. Okay, I didn't know that. Let me adjust.
So you meant the way how you mention it is like me. Oh no, I want to sign up for that session that you have planned out. We start at 12:01, 12:13. Let's do play. Yeah, make sure it finishes in time, because at 12:28 we need to go for lunch. Let me be in that session. I want to be there. Create it, man. Create it.
I sure will, and always reminding people, have fun and have it now, right? I wait until everybody has fun, and otherwise I will not move on. I want to see everybody smiling and laughing.
Yeah.
May I jump in? Can I jump in, Todd? Oh.
I had a constraint that happened. My power just went out.
Oh no, you're back now.
That was crazy. Anyways, so really neat. Just some neat comments in the chat here, and I just wanted to acknowledge for Matt. He loved that Yuen was standing, so I'm gonna stand and let my system go here too. Get a little bit of energy going. So that whole idea of mandatory fun. I know we came up with that last time. That was one of the interesting conversations we had. How do we break that frame and get people shaken out of their complacency, that they're like, I have to put fun in a box. Why do I have to do that?
Yeah. May I give it a try, Todd? May I give it a try?
Please.
Okay, so here we go. Let me introduce you how I would do it. I change my computer a little bit. So this is the way how I would do it. Hey, Serious, good morning. What's up? Hey, Play, good morning to you too. Well, nothing happening. The usual, really. I have the same problems on my plate like last week. Analyzing benchmark data, structure client complaints, prioritize leadership wishes, helping the other department to make no regret decisions. Oh, I forgot executing my own to-do list. Well, that's becoming Yellow Pages advanced level, if you know what Yellow Pages are, of course. Oh, wow. Yep, as I said, the usual. And I feel a burnout coming up. Whoa, man, please take care of yourself, eh? Thinking about what you said, I see a parallel. I have many, many ideas on my plate. I explore new combinations, and when I close my eyes, I can juggle them around. Every single time I look with a different perspective, I see many ideas, but I keep wondering how to match them to right problems. Actually, I feel bored out, constantly searching for problems. Oh, well, hey, Play. Take care of yourself, man. Yeah. It sounds we experience the same lack of adventure, lack of meaning. Perhaps we can work together, match problems to ideas, and ideas to problems. Whoa, that sounds good. I feel excited excited. Let me slide towards you. Yeah, come to my office. You're so welcome. Slide, 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 slide. Oh, I see a knot. It blocks me. Hey, I see the same knot. Ooh, let me think. Yeah, what to do now? What to do now? You know, what do you do with your third leg? Oh, I forgot. I've got a third leg. Yes, yes. I use it to kick knots out of the way. Voila. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, kick. Kick, kick. Hey, yeah, let's work together. That's much more fun and effective. Saves money too. The end.
That was amazing.
So this was my academic lecture on seriousness and play.
That was the bomb. Bravo, bravo.
The source of inspiration is sitting in the audience. It's the Dario. He shares the same passion for cardboard.
That was the most creative thing I've ever seen on a live stream. That was awesome.
So, Todd, I'm raising the bar for you.
Definitely, definitely. So, Tsai, what were you saying?
Just what I find like great about this. Thanks a lot for doing this for all of us. And what I like most about it is no AI was harmed for this. And I mean this really seriously. It was not a prompt. Somebody could like a lot of work and a lot of creativity and like using your hand and scissors, which is very dangerous to use. If you so there's a lot of work that went into it. It's not something that's I did, because you also see these things like in general. It's the laziness of I will type something in a prompt somewhere and it will give me something. I will just use that, whatever it is. The same for. Or give me the 3 best fun activities for meetings, and I will just do them exactly as ChatGPT tells me, right? Because why thinking about it? That's my point. So if you really think about something like in this depth and prepare and have what was the word, guts, right? To do it in a allegedly serious meeting, I think, it makes a huge difference.
It reminds me of like when so this is not the first time Yuen did cardboard and puppets on a live stream, because like when she was a guest on the web jam before became part of the crew member, I think it was number 4. Can you confirm, Yuen? Was it number 4? Right?
Yeah, the one number 4 or 5. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, number 5. I don't know. One of those. Yeah. I should know, right? Yeah. I'm a crew too. Anyways, yeah. So you sent some cardboards and stuff, like physical stuff, to Anna, and it was like almost puppetry, and you were instructing Anna to basically play a certain way and then also give him freedom at the same time. It reminds me of that. So it's not your first time doing it. But it felt like an involvement from that. Because the one that you did with Anna, it was basically because Anna had to sort of figure it out, whilst like this one, it was like from an image to puppetry. And I agree, David, I would love Yuen to do all corporate training. Yes.
We don't have to be invited. Just pop up.
Yes, Marina, exactly. We love the Yuen way.
Oh my God. But this is a real inspiring thing. No, it is really an infectious thing, because for some reason I have socks in my drawer. I need the googly eyes, but from now on I will just talk through a sock puppet to my audience. I will try it out next time, and then ventriculism,
Yeah.
or what's the term? That's
Yeah,
the next thing.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a future Zoom meeting or live stream just all with puppets on the screen instead of us. That'd be
Yeah. So now I
The
come
cranky
in, if
anchors.
that's okay. Yeah. Now I come in with the serious note that using Said's sock, actually we can convey many more messages. We can convey many more messages, like using the other voice.
yes.
Putting a different message in it, maybe a more critical message, but it's a sock that says it. Hey, come on, guys, what's happening here? It's a sock that says it.
Yes.
Yeah, ooh,
Yes.
you know, and there is the seriousness. Yeah, there you go. Hey, we've got Todd. Todd is knitted today.
From digital.
Yeah. So actually, the using these objects that are chosen with care, with a intention, it's different. It disrupts your expectation, and I hope that a disruption is a crack, and if there's a crack, there's openness. And when there's openness, you can receive. You can receive much, much more. So if Said's friend, the sock, tells us, hey guys, this was really out of limits, this was too much, we can accept it. It's not Said saying it, it's his sock saying it. And that's why we can accept it. So I hope in this last minute, you can feel and also see how something that is serious can be combined, perhaps should be combined with the lightness of play. Otherwise, too hard to swallow. So there, what I see here and what we're doing together, yeah, it makes me think and find the words to hopefully show and guide you in what you see.
I love that. It occurs to me that, I mean, this is something very ancient in us. That for me, it's calling back some of my early training in literature. When I think about Shakespearean plays, the romantic comedies, there was always a retreat from the serious world of Athens to the countryside. This retreat to the green world, and that's a reframing and a resetting of roles and play. Like, so you go to the green world and people reverse roles, or they play act as someone else in that spot, and then the truth comes out in more interesting ways in those kinds of conversations. So changing that frame is incredibly valuable, so that when you do return to the workaday world or whatever that place happens to be, that you're bringing back a different perspective, maybe a different identity, for yourself.
Yeah, maybe Said Sok wants to say something.
His name is Dr. Soko. He didn't went to college, so that.
All right, sorry, doctor. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a doctor in philosophy, so but still, I mean, it counts. He has a PhD. What was the question again? I'm sorry. I'm a 12-year-old in the body of a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
What was the question again? I was just distracted and disturbed by myself.
We were talking about sort of reframing of identity by play acting, or retreating from our expected world of interactions that we have.
Yeah.
So I've seen something the other day. It's not totally related to what you said, Yuen, but if you watch like on Netflix or any streaming service of your choice. There are these animated series, right? And they sometimes it's rough language. Sometimes it's there's certain humor, but they get away with it because it's animated characters. It's not real humans. Just it's if they say it, it's totally fine and you can laugh about it or you think about it differently than when it's like the actual person would say it. You have the same thing for comedians when they do like stand up. You always have this alter ego, or you always have this this character you are playing. It's not really you on stage, right? You're doing a lot of things for the joke. You're changing a little bit so that it makes sense for the room. So playing with personalities, of course, helps a lot. But I think there is still like as a threshold, or to which extent, right? So if you play like 3 roles, like in your corporate job every day, that's maybe schizophrenia at some point, right? But if it's in a playful way and like in certain doses, when you do your training, you have this, or if you do a workshop because it makes sense to do that, just to spark creativity. Yes. Would I pull out Dr. Socko on the quarterly town hall meeting with the CEOs? I probably would not, because it's not the right environment for this. There's always a time and a place for everything. And also like overdoing things also like takes away this, if it's predictable, or there comes the sock man again, right? So yeah, then it's not fun. It's not sparkling anything anymore. So yeah, that's my 2 to 3 cents on this topic.
A time and a place for everything. Mimp, yeah, I saw you reacted to that. Did you want to weigh in?
Yeah, time and place for everything, because I'm navigating freelancing, as well as also because my background is in creative design, going into a very academia route at the moment. Everything is so serious. I mean, at least the people are very lovely. Everyone's so nice, but it's really hard to sort of, in that environment, to have a sort of playful persona, I guess, sprinkled within things like conferences or seminars. It's all very serious. So for example, if somebody is having a conference with the Yuen, I probably wouldn't pull Dr. Socko out either, unless it's like approved. It is a time and place thing, and it's also I remember, I think it was one of our discussions before, where if you're the only person who wants the change and who wants to, play, whilst everyone else is not really into that, it's not really the place for it, unless it's like, okay, there's more than one person who wants this to change. Let's say let's say all of us happens to work in the same place, and Saeed, Todd, Yuen, we all want to change within this, let's say, group of 50 people that we work with. I do believe like you have to be in the place where there's other people who also feels the same way as you to drive, I guess, like a similar mindset to do something, to play or whatever. So at the moment, I couldn't really find like a playful place to be in at least within my masters. Maybe just my personality, just being me to start with, because I can't really be serious all the time. It's really boring. But it is a time and place thing.
Okay, there is no time and no place. So Mimp and I have lovely conversations because we exchange the different perspectives. We do. And that is the way we both learn from each other, as well as from Serena, who I know well as well. So when I hear these descriptions that give me energy, like shrinking and fixating. So this is not about Mimp, but more like, what kind of energy do you feel? In my case, I look with intention for the other side. So if the situation is, if the situation, not a single one in the audience does the same thing as I do, use the same words as I do, I know I'm at the first step of disrupting. I still have the choice. Am I going to do it or not, right? I still have the choice. So in that setting, you seek for the right time and spot. You do, and that's costing effort. That's costing some pain because sometimes you fall down. You need to stand up. And that's how you learn. That's how you practice. So in that way, maybe I am saying, yeah, I hurt my knees many times. Luckily, there are also people who help you stand up. It doesn't come without any effort. And I think, and I'm sorry that I get a little bit about it. So in the description of Professor Johan Huizinga, who wrote Mankind Playing, Homo Ludens, one of the last pages, he says, seriousness, because society was already changing, and we are talking about 1940, 50, 40-ish. Society was changing. Everything was becoming serious. And he describes, in this serious mind state, we exclude play. Hopefully you have seen, being in a play state, I wasn't there all the time. I include the serious mindset. So this particular difference, maybe it's something, to share with others as well. And give some nuggets to reflect about.
I'm going to weigh in. I do want to say, when you're in the position of a trainer or I guess an educator, I think you do have the power to do that. But when you're in the position, I guess, like as a participant or a position of like a learner, that's a different story. I feel there is less room to sort of initiate something. Sometimes you have to go with the structure of who is leading, so for instance, what I was sharing about my experience, I'm not there in the setting of a trainer. I'm not a facilitator. I'm there as a participant, as a student, as a learner. So in order to sort of create that, I can't really just do that in, how do I put this? If the person who is leading it doesn't allow me to have that space to do it, that's fine too. Yeah. So there's that difference too. Yeah.
It is. True. So I give you something to think about. The people who break rules, what did they do? What did they do?
They break rules.
Did they accept? They break rules. Exactly. Right. So there you go. Yeah, there you go. If you accept a situation as it is, and if you keep telling yourself, hey, where's the spot to put my finger in? Maybe it's not the finger, it needs a toe. Maybe it's a pen. So I know we all human beings are very creative. Humans cannot not create. Cannot.
I have something to add. So this is I think what Yuen, you and I had an email exchange before we talked about this, is sort of the sliding between seriousness and play, and there are gradations of this, that we do, and just sort of finding a way to break that frame. I do think what Mim was saying about sort of being respectful enough of the person who's maybe convening a community space, or running a training, leading a workshop, that kind of piece. Like there needs to be respect to the extent that you're not just upsetting the apple cart of what the situation is, in that space, but to be able to play within the parameters of that, seems to be important in two ways. If you're the leader of that space, if you're the community manager in that role, the people in your community, and especially I would say in an online community context where I don't see your face, I don't see your expressions, I have trouble reading. Like, it's important as the community manager, you're maybe modeling some of the behaviors that it's okay to be playful with in that space. Like, you're, to some extent, you and sort of the other leaders in that virtual space are setting the tone for everybody else. You're setting a cultural tone for the space. But then I think it's your responsibility as a participant in that space to see where there's a place to play, and do something, poke, fun at the appropriate moment, and sort of find a way to, what's the like boop the nose, right? Like, I'm gonna boop you on the nose at the right moment, just in a way that shakes people up and makes them be more awake, I guess.
I think being a good active community member, even if you're not a leader of that, let's say, space, but being, I guess, like an active, I guess, supporter, whatever word, but knowing your place to sort of, I guess, be a good person in that setting, and just try to, show up, be helpful, whatever they might need. There's that whole, I guess, training that we all sort of go through, and I think we all relate, the whole stepping back, stepping forth. I think having to navigate that is very important, even as a participant. Yeah.
Also, to Yuen's point about breaking rules, if whoever casts the first stone, and if I see, oh, she got away with it, and I'm not talking about like something weird or something. Oh, we can have fun here. Nobody stopped her. Okay, or we can do it non-boring, or in a certain way. Okay, maybe there is something inside me that wants also to break out, but I don't want to be the first one, right? So, but if you see whoever the first one is to break these rules, okay, it's fine, or it just things adapted according to that, or even if you're doesn't matter what if you're a community leader or a manager, they also have humor, they also are playful, so maybe this also opens up, like vice versa, to say, okay, maybe I can loosen up a little bit because this is like a group that wants to be more creative, more fun, more engaging, right? But if everybody like silently agrees on, okay, it's okay the way it is, let's just do it.
Yeah. So for a community manager, it will be even more important. If your participant is doing something disruptive, are you going to stop the person, or are you going to follow? Now you see the dynamics change. I would hope the manager gives us a chance and follows that disruptive, playful actor. And then you shape the context. Then you've changed something. The first follower of the leader determines the game. So you see, it's very, very dynamic, very, very dynamic. It doesn't come in a list of these are the 10 steps of, I wish I were AI, but then talking in multiple layers, I'm going too far.
Yes.
Yeah.
So something I wanted to throw in the mix here, and I know we're running a little bit low on time, but I think this is maybe an appropriate time to bring it in. And we talk about sort of like injecting play, into situations. This is something I came across this morning, and I apologize. I built it with AI. I didn't have time to build a cardboard model of it. But this talks about this is Dr. Stuart Brown, who wrote the book.
Yeah.
And he talks about sort of the 8 the 8 play personalities that are here. And just thinking about, like, if we're trying to break the frame of how things go, especially if you're a participant and not the convener of the space, and you're trying to think about some ways to subvert in a fun or non aggressive kind of way, but a way that maybe shakes up the ordinary. There's more than one way we have to play, and we all have elements of these personalities in ourselves, I would say.
Yes. Beautiful that you found Dr. Stuart Brown. His book is called Play. Everyone in the audience, read it. Read it. Read it. Please read it. Yes. And a list is a list. If this list doesn't resonate with you strongly, there are other lists as well. So maybe I'm saying here, there's a lot about play that we can reconnect to again, learn from it, practice it, apply it, and making life more light.
I agree. Making life more light is very important. I think that's why we do what we do. That's why Saeed and I run community playoffs. We haven't been doing that because of my sickness, but we are coming back. But there's a reason why people show up to play-based things or go to board game cafes, going to anything that's creative and fun, because it sparks that life and joy, and you need some of that to sort of drive you into just keep living and have fun. Yeah.
I wish my life would be like darker and a little bit more dull. Like, said no one ever. This nothing for a bumper sticker.
Yeah,
So,
all of us,
I think we can just agree on that. So, yeah, just how to get there is
more
the
bleakness,
question, right?
please. Yes, right.
This is too fun for me. No, stop it.
So, says the person who has Mr. Dr. Socko.
Doctor, he's not a mister.
Dr. Socko, PhD.
Dr. Socko is great. Yeah, we've all got our little alter egos here, following.
Oh, let me get mine too.
Yes.
That's my alter ego.
Yes, there you go.
If you wouldn't know better, you would think this is like a children's room. Like I'm talking about my office. Right? Yeah. Toys, toys everywhere. All the colorful things, all faces everywhere, and all. So
this reminds me of Sesame Street. Are we allowed to mention them? Can I mention them? Yeah. Okay. Yes. I hope there's no copyright. Please don't copyright us. But it reminds me of Sesame Street, because like we were talking about something about Yuen, right? You were saying how it's easier to deliver something serious through something playful. Reminds me of Sesame Street, because that's how they do it, and it's not even though it's not targeted to adults necessarily, but targeted to kids. Very bite-sized, very, I guess, like easy, chewable thoughts for kids. And yeah, I think we need more of that in our lives, and the colorfulness too. Yeah.
Yes, Mimp, you're so right. We think that we don't need that, but think again. That might be the stuff we need badly. Chunkable information, light, more colorful, having a laugh. Yeah.
Yes. Well, this has been an absolutely amazing conversation, as I knew it would be. And it's always all too short. Like, I can't believe an hour like just shoots by so quickly. Why don't we leave it with maybe a final thought from each of you about how to slide into play, just an idea, something you may have to move into it, and or maybe something you want to emphasize from the conversation that you maybe want to land on a little bit further. But I'll start with Mimp, if you're comfortable with me putting you on the spot like that.
Oh no! Can you repeat your question? Like,
just a closing thought, like one way to slide into play that is on your mind, from the conversation today, or one thing to leave us with.
I think to be open, not just to play, but to be that person who's open to anything, gets you very far. And if you're open to play, you're open to many other good things in life, I feel. I think that would be my closing statement, is be as open to soak up anything, especially play. Yes.
Beautiful. Saeed, what about you, my friend?
I think maybe it shouldn't be like play hard, work hard, or work hard, play hard, whichever way around. But play hard to the point where work doesn't feel hard anymore. And I think we can do this. I need to trademark this for t-shirts and stuff. And the other thing, which is like just the irony of what I thought of in the very beginning, and now I have the chance to say that it takes more than a power outage and an internet outage to stop us from playing together. Right? So the universe tried everything, and we are here, right? So let this be a lesson to you kids out there. Yeah.
You know, if you're playing, play harder. You're not playing hard enough, right? I love it.
Exactly.
I mean, for me, like I have to say, like work is play. You know, for me, like I feel like I'm in the luckiest job in the world. I get to build communities with organizations. I get to see that in a variety, played out in a variety of different ways, and like there's real joy in that for me. And so, like I can lose a day just going down the rabbit hole on a topic of community building, you know, super easily. That for me, that's like flow state. I get into that, and it just carries me along like a river. Yuen, I leave the final word to you.
Well, thank you.
Last but not
No
least.
pressure, no pressure.
All right. Dear team and audience, may you find two things tomorrow or after the weekend on Monday. I don't mind. May you find two things. One, a knot. And may you find your third leg. Do something useful with your third leg.
Hey-ho.
We need to blur and bleep part of this.
This is a family-oriented show. Oh my God.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know, exactly. I'm sorry.
Right,
Oh.
not and third lane. You got it, folks.
Okay.
Oh, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for coming back on the show. Dare I say we should do a part 3 at some time sooner than later. I love you guys. You know, you always bring such light into my dark and dreary, powerless day here. I appreciate you and the joy you bring. And those of you who stuck with us through the hour, this has been a lot of fun. I hope that you got something from it, that it pulled you away from the ordinary, that you had get to see us play with, get to play with my favorite bear here. Please take some time and play this weekend. Get away from the screen and draw a picture, sing to the stars, whatever you got to do to shake yourself out of the doldrums that you might be feeling. And we'll be back here in a couple of weeks. I don't have another live stream scheduled just yet. Always looking for guests. But we are going to be dropping a session pretty soon on community and like comparing community to architecture, like building and landscape and things like that. Jillian Betlick, the community nerd, is my guest with that, as well as Sandra, who is the one of the co-founders for a community platform called Kiko, who I recently featured on my demo series. They're amazing. We had a wonderful conversation for that as well. I hope you'll join me when that drops. We'll go ahead and publicize that out. But until then, please keep building great communities. Mimp, Said, Yuen, thank you again. And we'll see all of you guys again very soon. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Bye.
And thank you
Thank you.
friends for
Bye-bye.
tuning in. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Annyeong.
Yeah, annyeong.
Yeah, that was Korean.